Is the American military ready for the next war, or are we dangerously out of date? What if the very foundations of our defense strategy are becoming obsolete in the face of new global challenges? These are the urgent questions being raised by a prominent voice in American politics. Before we dive into this critical discussion, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to bring you these essential updates. Rahm Emanuel, a figure who has navigated the corridors of power in Chicago and Washington for decades, has put forth a bold and, some might say, provocative policy proposal. In a recent opinion piece for the Wall Street Journal, he didn't just suggest minor tweaks or incremental adjustments to the U.S. military. No, he called for nothing short of a revolution. His argument is rooted in a stark assessment of the current global landscape. The ongoing, brutal conflict in Ukraine, with its drone warfare, sophisticated cyber attacks, and attritional battles, has served as a brutal wake-up call. Similarly, the persistent geopolitical tensions, particularly surrounding Iran and its proxies, highlight the complex and often unconventional nature of modern armed conflict. Emanuel contends that these real-world scenarios expose the Pentagon's potential shortcomings and its struggle to adapt to the speed and complexity of 21st-century warfare. He's arguing that the Pentagon, the very heart of American military might, must fundamentally revolutionize its approach. This isn't about simply acquiring the latest fighter jets or submarines. The modernization is always part of the equation. Emanuel's vision appears to go much deeper, touching upon doctrine, training, technological integration, and perhaps even the very culture of the armed forces. He implies that our current strategic thinking, honed in the post-9/11 era of counterinsurgency and prolonged engagements, may not be equipped for the rapid, multi-domain conflicts that are increasingly likely. Think about it. How do you effectively deter a peer competitor when the battlefield extends across land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace simultaneously? How do you maintain a technological edge when adversaries are rapidly developing disruptive capabilities? These are the kinds of challenges Emanuel is highlighting, and his call for a revolution suggests that incremental change simply won't cut it. This proposal, coming from a seasoned political operative like Emanuel, carries significant weight. He's not an armchair general, he's a policymaker who understands the intricate machinery of government and the challenges of implementing sweeping reforms. His call for revolution is a signal that the stakes are incredibly high. The potential consequences of failing to adapt are not just abstract policy debates, they could translate into real-world vulnerabilities and a diminished capacity to protect American interests and allies. Who is affected by this? Well, ultimately, every American citizen is affected by the strength and readiness of their military. Our troops, our taxpayers, and our allies who rely on American security guarantees are all part of this equation. The implications are vast. A true military revolution could mean a radical rethinking of how we recruit, train, and retain personnel. It might involve investing heavily in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and other cutting-edge technologies that are still in their nascent stages. It can necessitate a shift in our global posture, focusing on deterrence against peer adversaries rather than prolonged engagements against non-state actors. It also raises questions about the political will and the bureaucratic inertia within the Pentagon and Congress to enact such drastic changes. Major reforms are always met with resistance, and a revolution will undoubtedly face significant hurdles. Can the military establishment, with its long-standing traditions and hierarchical structures, truly embrace the kind of agility and innovation that Emanuel is demanding? Will Congress provide the necessary funding and political backing for such a transformative agenda? The wars in Ukraine and the broader geopolitical instability have made it abundantly clear that the nature of conflict is evolving at an unprecedented pace. Rahm Emanuel's call for a military revolution is not just a policy proposal, it's a stark warning and a challenge to the status quo. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our readiness and to consider the bold, perhaps even disruptive, changes needed to ensure America's security in a volatile world. So what do you think about this? Is Rahm Emanuel right? Does the U.S. military need a complete revolution to face modern threats, or are we already doing enough? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a critical moment for American defense. The path forward demands clarity, courage, and a commitment to ensuring our military remains the most capable in the world.